Imagine seeing $3,400 land in your bank account and realizing it is both a fortune and a trap. You just received your very first professional paycheck after taxes, and you stare at that figure like you have just discovered a hidden treasure. But in reality, it is not a fortune yet because the world is already waiting to take it back. Your rent eats up $1,200 right away, followed by car payments, groceries, and utilities. By the 28th day of the month, you are left with exactly $180 and a sinking feeling that something is fundamentally wrong. You cannot quite name it yet, but you suspect that more income will not be the simple fix you imagine it to be. Most people think a higher salary will solve their problems, but they are usually mistaken. If you cannot manage to save while earning $58,000 either, the leaks in your bucket just get bigger as the flow of money increases. The truth is that school never taught you how money actually works, and your job only teaches you how to earn it, not how to keep it. You need to build the habit of saving before the numbers get large enough to carry the weight of your future. That realization hits you on a Tuesday night while you're sitting on your sofa. You open a compounding calculator on your phone and type in some numbers to see what is possible. If you could invest $1,500 a month at a 7% return starting at age 25, you would have $480,000 by age 40. You read that number twice, let it sink in, and then you start experimenting with different inputs. You discover a community of people who are retiring in their early 40s, and they are not all tech founders or heirs to massive fortunes. They are nurses, engineers, and accountants who simply made a single decision early in life and stuck to it. That very night, you decide to change your entire structure. You open a Roth IRA and deposit your first $300, marking the first time your money is working for you instead of being spent. You cancel the gym membership you never use and cut 2 streaming services you barely watch. Every single dollar you recover is immediately funneled into your investment account. You start cooking at home 4 nights a week, and your friends start thinking you have become a bit strange when it comes to finances. You stop explaining yourself to them and simply set your transfers to automatic. By the time you turn 27, you have jumped to a new job earning $90,000 a year. While everyone else uses a raise to upgrade their lifestyle with a nicer apartment or a newer car, you keep your expenses exactly the same. Your rent only went up by $150, but your savings rate climbed from 26% to 38%. You even start freelancing in the evenings, bringing in an extra $700 a month that goes straight into boring index funds. Building this kind of momentum requires focus and the right information. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and master your own financial future, make sure you are subscribed to the Billy Finance channel. Now, you are 28 years old with a net worth of $145,000. That number is quietly becoming the backbone of every decision you will make for the next 12 years. Then, the market takes a sudden dive, dropping 31% over 9 months. You watch your $300,000 portfolio shrink to $215,000 as $90,000 seemingly vanishes into thin air. While your coworkers panic and liquidate their accounts because they cannot bear to watch the decline, you do not sell a single share. You have studied enough to know that a crash is not a disaster for a long-term investor. It is a massive sale. You keep your automated buys running every single week through the absolute worst of the downturn. 18 months later, the market recovers and your portfolio does not just return to normal, it surges. Your net worth hits $355,000, and you realize you have come out further ahead than ever before. The national median net worth for households in the 35 to 44 age bracket is around $135,000. You are 10 years into your journey, years younger than that bracket, and you have already nearly tripled that amount. Discipline during a market crash is worth far more than any complex strategy used during a bull market. You have learned this lesson firsthand, and the long game is working exactly as you expected. So here it is, the confirmed amount for a retirement that might stretch over 50 years. $49,000 every single year. It is definitely less than what you were pulling in at your old job, but it is more than you have actually spent on yourself in over a decade. The calculations actually hold up, covering everything from healthcare and property taxes to groceries and those occasional flights to visit your father. You turn the key in the ignition and start driving home at a leisurely pace. For the first time ever, there is no place you are legally or professionally required to be. It is barely noon on a Thursday, and you are already back at your house. The entire day belongs to you, a feeling you haven't truly known in 19 years. You reach into your wallet, pull out that folded slip of paper, and look at the numbers once more. $1,400,000. You are 41 years old, and you actually did it. The next morning arrives without the sound of an alarm clock. You wake up with a strange sense of guilt as if you have missed a deadline or forgotten an important meeting. The steady paychecks have officially ended. Now, your investment portfolio is the only engine keeping your life moving forward. When the market dips, it feels personal now, hitting you in a way it never did before. But as the weeks pass, your rhythm begins to shift. You spend your mornings reading and taking care of your health. You spend time in the kitchen and learn to slow down your pace. When you travel, you no longer rush through a 2-week vacation. Instead, you head somewhere new and stay for a full month simply because you can. You find yourself driving over to see your parents twice every month. Your father is doing better, though his pace is naturally slowing down. You even sign up for a pottery class because the local center offers one on Tuesday afternoons, and your schedule is wide open. To prepare for the lean years in the market, you build a cash safety net designed to last 2 full years. Sometimes that money earns nothing, but the peace of mind is worth every penny. In the year 2031, a friend who also tried this path gets nervous and decides to go back to a traditional job. You do not judge his choice because you understand the pressure. You are not wealthy in the way they show it on television. There are no private jets or personal assistants in your life. Your car is 8 years old and shows its age, but what you possess is something much harder to acquire than luxury goods. You own unscheduled, unbossed, and completely uncounted time. Back when you were 22, you traded your precious time for money. Now that you are 41, you never have to make that exact trade ever again. It took 19 years of discipline. It took making the right choice at the most critical moments. And yes, it took being lucky when it mattered the most. That is the real secret to this journey. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to Billy Finance for more stories on building your future. We would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below about your own financial goals. Until next time, stay focused and keep growing.